Hello. So I'm sorry that I can't really get you guys to see the food, and I have like this ring light I should be using, and it's a weird time of the day, but I don't care. I cannot really time when I decide to do this, and I've just wanted to do these. I've been watching these videos for so many years. And yes, by the way, that is my new baby sugar glider hanging from my wall. So I'm gonna eat Japanese food today. And I'm gonna talk about the difference Why can't I? Talk about the difference between Fort Lauderdale. I have to stay back here. Talk about the difference between Tampa and Fort Lauderdale. I'm not from Florida. I'm from another state. Don't want to say the name because I hate it. But I moved to Fort Lauderdale in 2017, and I moved to Tampa in at the end of 2020. So 3 years in Fort Lauderdale, 2 years now in Tampa, and I thought I would make this video. I feel like this is one of the most like relevant or clickable videos I can do because a lot of people move to Florida. Maybe they want to know, which metro area is the best. I must say, wait, this is recording, right? Before I continue, I must say that I live in suburban Tampa, and I lived in urban Fort Lauderdale, and that does make a big difference of my experience. But also, I've driven all around Broward, Miami, Tampa. I haven't been so much over to St. Pete so much, but I feel like I'm missing a sauce here. Maybe not. Anyway, there's the wasabi. So, let me tell you what I'm eating, by the way. Eel and rice, California roll, crud. I dropped it in, I don't know what the sauce they put tempura in is called. But, okay, I have eel and rice, California roll, salad, teriyaki. Tempura. Let's start with the tempura. I don't know how much of this you can, you can kind of see it. I wonder if oh wait. I wonder if that makes it a little bit better. Well, maybe a little bit. Okay. Oh. Maybe I should try to do it all with chopsticks to be cooler. It's funny because they call this place online like No Frills, and I get it, like it's not a fancy place, but I feel like there's some frills on here. So there's so many things. I think I'm gonna get right into the pros of Fort Lauderdale. because I think that Fort Lauderdale has more cons or less pros. Hate to say it, but like the pro of Fort Lauderdale, in my opinion, is that it is like a super economic hub. Now, I'm not saying Tampa isn't. I'm just saying, if you're like a young professional type person, that's where you want to go, you know. That's where you know, there's a lot of opportunity down there, and especially if you speak English, Spanish. I mean, you'll immediately get whatever job you want. They'll hire you that day. They'll be begging you to work there. Trying to get all that rice. And I have to use it's kind of like, I wish the eel were better here. But because it's so cheap, it's like, you know, or I mean, it's not cheap, but like, compared to other sushi places, it is. I miss the poke place. There was an incredible poke place by me. I mean, and it was a steal. But it shut down. Oh, anyway. The economy job, thing down there is stronger. I think there's more. I think, in my opinion, South Florida is the land of opportunity. It's the, it just is. Another thing that I prefer about Fort Lauderdale is the food. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad saying this. Like, not to say Tampa doesn't have great food, obviously it does. Where am I gonna put my soy sauce and wasabi? So, not to say Tampa does not have good food, because obviously it does, but like, oh, I did not just drop it on the floor. Oh my gosh, and now I have to freaking eat with the fork, because if I don't, then you guys are gonna say that I'm gross. Which I guess I would be, but oh, so annoying. Okay, I'm back, so I'm gonna talk about the food. So like Fort Lauderdale, they just had all kinds of like interesting foods, international foods, like just more variety, more unique, more international, definitely. Like Tampa has more American food, and it's just kind of like a more American city in general. So like just a lot of the stuff that I ate in Fort Lauderdale or in Broward in general was just super amazing, and I didn't really realize until I left, like, whoa, you know, Fort Lauderdale, in my opinion, is a food haven. Like, if you are a foodie type person, like, that's a very good place to be. Talking about the international, let's get right to it. Big difference of Fort Lauderdale versus Tampa, language. I know people are going to disagree with me on this and say, oh, only Miami speaks Spanish, not Fort Lauderdale. Or only, or Tampa also speaks Spanish, but sweet potato tempura, the best one. So, I feel like as a gringo que habla español, I'm the best one to tell you about this. I'm an American who learned Spanish. Fort Lauderdale is a more Spanish-speaking city. Tampa is a more English-speaking city. Now, in my opinion, in Tampa, okay, yeah, there's a lot of people who speak Spanish, but most are bilingual and prefer English. And in Fort Lauderdale, even though a lot of people say Miami speaks Spanish, Fort Lauderdale speaks English, in my opinion, all South Florida speaks Spanish. In my opinion, I wouldn't live there if I don't speak Spanish, personally. Just because after living there, I thought about it, it's like half the people I know would just be unable for me to talk to. You're really limited in South Florida if you don't speak Spanish, in my humble opinion. And there's a big difference in like attitude around it, because like I said, as a gringo que habla español, like in Fort Lauderdale, people just start speaking to you in Spanish and expect you to speak in Spanish. You will be forced to speak in Spanish, essentially. This thing didn't come with any napkins? Come on. And here's, I'll give an example in Tampa. I had lived in Tampa for over a year, probably at least a year and a half, before I got forced to speak Spanish. And in Fort Lauderdale, was the second I got there, like, everyone was speaking to me in Spanish, and I was speaking back. In Tampa, like a year and a half into living in Tampa, I was at the thrift store and I asked a woman, do you guys sell screwdrivers? And broccoli tempura, whatever. Do you sell screwdrivers? And she looked at me like she didn't understand, and I immediately was like, oh, she speaks Spanish. And I was like, ¿se vende tornillos? Or ¿se vende tornillo? Or something like that. And she was like, yeah, come over here. So, but that took like a year and a half. If I know for a fact, if I drive down to South Florida right now, pretty quick, like the day I drive there, I'm going to be speaking in Spanish. There's no way around it. And that's one of the reasons I love South Florida, because if you are bilingual, it's just infinite job opportunities for you. Infinite. Ooh. So there's one thing I'm like afraid to talk about because I feel like it'll make people mad, but I really don't care. Fort Lauderdale is much higher crime than Tampa. I've heard people. You know, tell me I'm wrong about this, but I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep it 100. Fort Lauderdale can be treacherous, like not even kidding. It's very high crime. You know, I think all of South Florida is gonna be higher crime than anywhere in Tampa. But like, obviously Tampa has bad areas and everything, but I think a big difference is that they're very separated from each other. Whereas in Fort Lauderdale, it's all mixed up. You could have like one good block, one bad block, one good block, one bad block. Honestly, unless you're east of the one, I mean, don't get me wrong, I didn't live east of the one, but I watched my back a lot in Fort Lauderdale. I don't really watch, in Tampa I don't ever really feel like I have to be watching my back. In Fort Lauderdale I watch my back every second. Always. Like, I honestly feel that Fort Lauderdale changed me in this way because before living in Fort Lauderdale, I didn't really watch my back so much or have such concerns about crime. But now I do. So, big, huge difference. Fort Lauderdale versus Tampa. Not saying Tampa does not have danger. But Tampa has a nicer, friendlier vibe. You know, people are a little nicer, friendlier. It's not, there's more of like a cutthroat vibe down there. You know, it's a lot different. But that gets into other stuff. Also, driving is better in Tampa, obviously. Driving in South Florida is insane. You basically are risking your life every time you get in a car. It's Grand Theft Auto all day, every day. And here in Tampa, it's like, obviously, okay, Florida, driving is kind of crazy in Florida. I'm a slow, cautious driver. They try to force me to go fast. They try to force me to, like, do dangerous maneuvers and stuff sometimes. But I've driven downtown Saturday, midnight, oh, no problem. You know, South Florida, anywhere. It's just insane, nightmare, horrific, horrible. Tampa's a lot better. Obviously it's a smaller city, so and like I live in a nice quiet area. That whole area is very urban. It's there's not really any like nature and peace and whatever. Here you can have all of that. I honestly think Tampa is probably the nicest city I've lived in. And I was very surprised. I did not think Tampa would be as nice as it is. Oh! Let me tell you about the one thing that Tampa wins at, and probably the reason I'll stay here forever. Ooh, look, that's a big bite of eel. Everyone always holds it up, but I'm like, how do I do that without it falling? No. Something about Tampa that no one really told me about, or I wasn't really, I thought Tampa would be the same weather as the rest of Florida. No, 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 no. The weather in Tampa is incredible. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I mean, okay, I have to get into the salad, but I'm going to give you some examples. Number one, my car, like way too big cucumbers on here. My car AC died during summer, and I just bought some fans. My AC here in the apartment, the batteries ran out like yesterday. I took like 24 hours to replace them. Oh wait, I shouldn't be blocking my sugar glider. So I feel like I have to turn this around. If you're from another state that's not like Louisiana or Texas, you know, all of Florida is going to be hot to you. I know people who complain, oh, Tampa's so hot. But like as someone who's lived in South Florida, and I've traveled to other parts of Florida, you know, I was in Pensacola. That's where I picked up 3.0. And I mean, Pensacola was like super hot and whatever. Tampa, beautiful. The rest of Florida is not beautiful right now. The rest of Florida is hot. Extreme heat. Like you have to be a hardcore, to live in Fort Lauderdale, you have to be a hardcore heat lover because it's just brutal. So I have a convertible and I love convertibles. Hopefully if YouTube monetizes me, maybe I'll buy another one. Cruise around with my sugar glider. But like, at the Japanese bento box type places, they always have a amazing salad dressing. And it's just like, whoop. I'm gonna dip the sushi in that. Oh yeah. Okay, so with the convertible, I can drive year-round in Tampa. I can drive the convertible all summer. Fort Lauderdale, no way. The second summer happens, I'm not dropping that top during summer, and I'm not leaving the house during the day. I'm staying inside of my house until nighttime, all summer. Not to mention you're gonna get hit by hurricanes down there. I got hit by Irma. You're gonna get hit by a hurricane in South Florida. Like, it's just a fact of life. Here in Tampa, or on the Panhandle, or a lot of other places in Florida, but like here in Tampa, it's not like a very convenient location for the hurricanes to hit. You don't really get hit by hurricanes here, so you know, during summer, you're going to have a lot less stress here. If you live in Fort Lauderdale, you're going to have to be boarding up your windows regularly for like hurricane scares and stuff. We don't do all that over here. Maybe I should have eaten that whole bite for you guys, but something else that I was kind of surprised about, because South Florida that's not considered to be the South. There are no Southern vibes in South Florida. To my knowledge, there's no Southern vibes in Orlando either. Maybe, I don't know. But here in Tampa, there is a little bit of, you know, a Southern vibe. Like it's much more slow paced. Relaxed, friendly, you know, you're gonna have a lot more people saying hi to you, chit-chatting, you know, stuff like that, being friendly. Not to say that doesn't exist in South Florida, you know, I meant nice, like, you know, in South Florida, they're gonna be nicer than people in like New York City or something. No offense to anyone there. I just think that's the case. But, you know, there's a much more laid back vibe here. So, yeah. There's one thing about the two cities I want to say, but I'm afraid, you know, maybe I'll just say it. So, oof, I'm getting full. Like, whenever I order this, I always think, like, who eats all of this? Like, the whole thing in one sitting. But, it's my birthday, so whatever. You know what? I'm gonna go for the soup. So, I hate to get political, but I do feel a very big difference, politically between Fort Lauderdale and Tampa. So I think that most people in Fort Lauderdale are liberal or more on this side, the liberal side. Tampa. Now this may just be because I live in suburban Tampa and I lived in rural Fort Lauderdale. But I definitely think that most people I met in Fort Lauderdale were liberal leaning, and most people I meet here are conservative leaning. And like I don't really know because I don't ask everyone. It's not like I walk up, hey, what are your political beliefs, but just from hearing people talk, meeting people, and hearing what they say to me about all the stuff I'm talking to you now, like Fort Lauderdale versus Tampa, or Florida versus my state of origin. And that particular topic comes up a lot. So, if you're thinking of moving to one or the other and that's something really important for you, Tampa's more conservative, period. Because, you want to know an example? I've seen a car with Confederate flag stuff here in Tampa. Only once, it's not like it's something I see all the time. But you would never see that in Fort Lauderdale. Never. Never, never, never. And people have their political signs, right? Or they put political bumper stickers on their cars and whatever. Fort Lauderdale, most of that type of stuff will be left liberal, and here it'll be right conservative. Something to think about. I honestly think I'll stay here because I just really think it's a weather paradise. No one could have prepared me for how incredible the weather in Tampa is. Absolutely amazing. I had no idea when I came here that I was coming to a weather paradise where it's just always beautiful and always nice. I mean, I think this, Tampa weather has to rival California. The weather is just, I love the weather in Tampa. I think the weather in Tampa is amazing. I love it, love it, love it. I'm trying to think, what are the other pros and cons? Because now I'm full. You guys probably don't like me because I don't finish it. Oh, maybe I have to get better. One last thing before I go. Another difference that I've noticed is that dang, I'm full. One thing I've noticed too is that, in Tampa, you'll meet real friends or real people. I feel like in Fort Lauderdale, most people you meet, they're gonna have some kind of business going on that they want you to be a part of, or you have some, it's all business there. More I guess this is just the bigger city thing, or I don't know though. It's very business oriented there. Tampa's a lot more casual. When you meet people here, they will not have any business type intentions with you. But there in Fort Lauderdale, yeah, it's all business all the time. So, well, hope you enjoyed my rant. Hope it helps some of you choose where you want to live in the beautiful state of Florida, the only state I'll ever live in. And look at, I wonder, like, because they always stay in those pouches, you know? And I'm like, I can't think of a way for an invisible pouch or a see-through transparent pouch or something. But whatever, I'm done. Hope you enjoyed the video. The next one will probably be a sugar glider one because I have a lot to say about bonding and like their different behaviors and all the ones I've had and the differences of behaviors they've all had and everything. Anyway, bye. See you guys later. Shout out to, let me think, the only 2 people who've commented. Shout out to Brandon Lopez. Shout out to Candace. Whoever watches this, thank you very much.